most incredible gift that God has given to mankind. And unfortunately, so many marriages end in divorce, or many marriages just get through life. Marriage becomes kind of an afterthought, and specifically the intimacy, the friendship, all of that even becomes more of an afterthought. And I've always said countless times that we don't drift towards holiness, and we don't drift towards awesomeness in our own life, no matter what it is, whether it's playing sports, or if it's learning something, or furthering your education, or whatever it might be. We don't drift towards greatness. We always drift towards atrophy, and it's the same thing with marriage. And unfortunately, so many marriages end up just trying to figure out marriage just kind of off the cuff, and as time goes on, and just doing whatever comes natural to them without actually working on it, investing in it, getting better at it, researching it, asking questions, getting counsel, all kinds of stuff. We seem to do it for every other part of our life. We do it with our finances, we do it with where our kids go to school, we do it with our job opportunities. But when it comes to marriage, when it comes to friendship within marriage, and when it comes to romance and passion and sex within marriage, we seem to just kind of go with the flow, and then we're surprised when things get rocky or bumpy or don't work out. And it's for that reason that it's been on my heart, it's been my wife's heart to really give some dedicated time to spend together, putting together something that can really help our friends, our family, to really cultivate best friendship in marriage, and to cultivate a deeper passion for each other. Because all these things, this is the glue that keeps us together. And so on Friday, June 14th, we're going to be having a 3-hour workshop. We decided to go with a one-night 3-hour thing to make it easier for kids, for folks with kids, because it's hard to get multiple days for babysitters. But we wanted to do this one-night thing to really spend some good quality time getting into some intensive study and receiving extensive notes and all kinds of stuff to be able to take home and start working on these parts of our marriage that are so important for us. So I hope that you can join us for it. Again, it's June 14th, Friday night. It's at the place that we meet at Gateway Community Church. And the 3 sessions that we're going to be doing, the first one is going to be God's purpose in marriage. What is God's goal? What is His purpose in marriage? Is it for our happiness? Is it for holiness and growth? Or is it both? Or is it something totally different? Understanding what God's purpose is in marriage. If we can align ourselves with His purpose rather than align ourselves with our own personal needs and desires, we will have a joyful marriage. The second one is best friendship in marriage. It's looking at this maybe it's a lost art of marriage, where we are content being partners, we're content being teammates, we're content being parents of our kids, but we've lost that passion for each other as far as our friendship goes. And some marriages, they're friends with their spouse, but they're not best friends. There's not that ultimate friendship that's happening. And so we want to look to see how can we uncover that in our marriages, and how can we cultivate it, and how can we keep it, how can we nurture it and grow it. And then the third one, of course, you always have to have a session on romance, sex, and intimacy. And again, this is one of those areas that sadly becomes kind of an afterthought. It becomes more of a luxury in a marriage rather than an absolute necessity. And it's for that reason this marriage glue, so to speak, ends up you seeing so much in the relationship deteriorate. You see stress increase, you see anxiety increase, you see frustration and bitterness increase, and we want to get to the root of the problem of what's going on in the context of our sexual intimacy within marriage. So with that one in particular, all of these we want both married and singles to come out to this workshop. We kept the romance, sex, and intimacy session at the end, so we can give the singles that choice. If they want to go home before that third session, they're more than welcome. But what we will do, in order to kind of accommodate that a little bit more, is the first half of this third session. All the sessions will be about 45 minutes, a mixture of me kind of giving an introduction, a teaching, as well as then having my wife and I have a dialogue between each other and with the folks there on how these things practically work out, and giving sort of specific advice to the men and women. But this third one, we're going to spend the first half going through just kind of the general things that everyone should hear, the marrieds and the singles. There will be a mix of some, some candid or taboo type words and phrases, but we're gonna keep the really kind of for married ears only kind of talk for a breakout session after that. So that first 20 minutes, if you want to stick around if you're single, you can check out that first 20 minutes or so. And then once we break off into just the married men, just the married women, where we're going to get a little more candid and discreet, at that point, if you're single, you can go home. We're going to have some great notes that you can take home, and some study questions and whatnot that you can do as well. So we're really looking forward to this. There's going to be lots of good practical advice, a lot of good challenging stuff. There's going to be, I think, just a lot of increased passion in the marriages. There's probably going to be a lot of really difficult discussions that you're going to have in your marriage. But all of this is going to be for your good and for God's glory. He has given you marriage specifically to bring Him glory. And I believe that through all of this, whether it's a really difficult conversation or if it's through increased passion or a mixture of both, I know that God is going to be very much glorified in your marriage or in your future marriage. So I hope to see you out there. I know my wife and I were really looking forward to this night. We've been looking forward to it for a long time, and we're looking forward to doing more of these in the future. So hope I see you guys on Friday, June 14th, 6:30 to 9:30. God bless you all.